Well, hi there, David. It's Frank Webb here, mate, and here's that little video that I promised you. We'll just get it running, and we'll rip right into it. And it's helping you take your business to the next level. And this one is about building sales to build your business, and we'll rip right into it. So when we sit down and we ask people what they'd like to have to improve their business, they give us a whole range of different answers. And what I'd like you to do is just pause for a minute and just list down some of the things that you'd like to get in your business to improve your business. Okay, so here we go. Most people say things like this. They want more customers, they want more sales, they want more profit, they want better cash flow, they want better employees, and they want better systems. Pretty good stuff. But the problem is that you can't have any of those things. You can't have more customers. You can't have more sales. You can't have more profits, because these things are the results of doing something else. And that's what this video is about. It's about giving you an insight into those things. So when people say they want more customers, what do they really want? What they really want is more leads. And your leads, you generate them through advertising, through marketing, through getting onto Facebook and getting stuck into Facebook and really driving that, or driving LinkedIn, or word of mouth. And there's hundreds of different strategies to generate it. But 80% of advertising doesn't work. The trick is to find the 20%. The problem is that once you find it, it's not static. It just keeps changing. So big challenge. You need to keep working on your strategies for lead generation. So, and for each style of business, there's a way you can go about it. But for each style of business, it's very different. So the other thing that's really important too is your conversion rate. These leads are very expensive things to generate. So how do you convert them into clients? Really important. And a lot of this is, you look at it and say, what percentage am I converting into clients? And say 1 in 10, it's 10%, 1 in 100, that's 1%. So very expensive process. You don't want to waste it. And the thing you need to have is really good sales skills, really good sales process, and that's a sales funnel. And that funnel is really important. And we'll go through that in more detail, and we'll go through sales skills as well. Then how do you measure it? This is really important, because if you can't measure it, if you don't measure it, you can't really manage it. And that's one of the things that a lot of the coaching's about. It's about understanding a lot of these things and actually managing them and getting them into process. Right. So leads times conversion rate, that gives you customers. So if you generate 100 leads and you convert 10%, that gives you 10 leads, 10 customers. But you're not a customer until you make a sale. And a lot of people say, I want sales. Well, sales, you can't have those either, because they're actually the result of doing something else. So average dollar sales, that's the average dollar invoice value of the sale that you make to a client. This is important because it helps us build up a model on the business and the way it operates. So you don't have a customer till you've got a sale. And what's the average dollar value of a sale to your client? And in some businesses like yours, you've got a breakdown between what people do on a regular basis with, say, regular maintenance. Then you've got breakdown work, then you've got capital project work. So you might break it down and you might say, oh, well, I can't really do an average because these are different parts of my business. You can do an average right across the lot and put it in. But quite often, if you're working at it and you're saying, I want to improve this part of my business or that part, it's good to understand how you're actually fitting in there with those individual components. So the other thing is the number of transactions. How many transactions do your clients buy from you? How often do they buy from you? And this is normally taken into daily, weekly, yearly, monthly, depending upon how you're going about it. But is it an ongoing relationship, or is it a one-off transaction? This is the thing to really understand, because if it's a one-off transaction, you're running around trying to find clients. You do one transaction with them, then you go and find some more. That's not a really good, meaningful business. So what we want is businesses that have ongoing relationships and build relationships with clients. So what are sales now? Sales are the number of leads times the conversion rate, which is a percentage. That gives you a total number of customers, times your average dollar sale, times the number of transactions. That gives you sales. Now, you want profit. Okay, people want profit. They want gross profit. Okay, you can't have gross profit because it stands out on its own. It's the result of what you've done. You've made the sale, and then you've got your cost of goods sold that's got to be reflected against it. And gross profit is normally reflected as a percentage of the sales value. So this is the 5 ways formula that becoming conversant with this gives you an idea of how to go about improving things in your business. You've got the number of leads times the conversion rate equals the number of customers, times the average dollar sale, times the number of transactions gives you sales, and then times the gross margin percentage, and that'll give you gross profit. Now, important. Understanding this is a really important part of running your business, because quite often this will dictate some of the decisions you make around marketing. And we'll talk about that a little further on and in the coaching process, and we'll talk about that over the next couple of months. But very important when we're building a sales budget that we understand how these things all flow together and how they fit together. Right, so let's just drop some numbers into this and we'll see how it works. Because here we are, we've got our number of leads, our conversion rate, customers and what have you. Let's say we generate 4,000 leads, we convert at 25%. That gives us 100 customers, 1,000 customers, sorry. So we're doing pretty good. And they buy from us twice a year, and the average dollar sale is $100. That gives us a $200,000 turnover. And then we come down here and we say, right, what's our gross margin? Our gross margin is 25%. So that gives us $5,000. So that's the formula. And once we understand that formula for your business, we can start to apply figures to it to actually improve it and make it better. And let's drop some numbers in and just see how it goes. And let's go for a 10% improvement across the board. So we've got our sales, they go up, and we've got $4,400. Our gross margin improves, and we've got $27.5%. Those two multiplied together, that gives us 1,210 clients. This is a big improvement, right? So what you're looking at here is a 21% improvement on where you were before, just by getting a 10% improvement in each. When this compounds is on the next one. So we have 2.2 transactions in a year, and then we've got $110 in average sale. So it really starts to kick along. Then we've got $292,820. Big improvement. And then our profit margin, we get that up. That is huge. So now we're up at 80,000. Now, this is the sort of thing, we'll build this model for your business so that we understand it in a bit more detail. So what happened there? We got a 46% increase in revenue, just with those 10% improvements in each of those small areas. And that's a massive 61% increase in profit, and that is going off to the bank with a bucket full of money. So there's the 5 ways to improve your sales. And what we'll do, there's another 2 ways we can improve your actual bottom line, and that's looking at your fixed and variable expenses. And we'll look at that, but we'll look at that later on in a break-even analysis. So you have a great week, and I hope this was useful to you, and I'll talk to you next Tuesday.